Let's talk about modulation, and specifically how to use LFOs in QuickSampler. LFO stands for Low Frequency Oscillator, and in QuickSampler you've got two identical LFOs to work with. You'll find them in the modulation section. Just click the tab at the top to switch between LFO1 and LFO2. LFOs don't make sound on their own. Instead, they are used to modulate other parameters over time, like pitch, filter, cutoff, or pan. Let's break down how it works. Each LFO has an on-off button here at the top left. Below that is the rate knob. This controls how fast the LFO moves. It's measured in hertz or cycles per second. If you want the LFO to sync with your project tempo, just click the sync button right here. Now the rate is shown in musical divisions, like 1/4, 1/8, and so on. Try changing the rate and listen to how it affects your modulation target. You can set the LFO to fade in gradually or fade out after starting. Just select the mode here and use the fade time knob to adjust how long that fade lasts. This is great when you want subtle modulation that evolves over time instead of kicking in instantly. The phase control tells the LFO where to start in its waveform each time a new key is played. It's super useful for rhythmic consistency. Speaking of waveforms, you can pick the LFO shape from the menu right here. It can be sine, triangle, square, and more. Each shape creates a different motion: smooth, sharp, stepped, etc. Polarity lets you choose between bipolar, modulating both above and below the neutral point, or unipolar, modulating in just one direction. You also have a few ways to control how the LFO triggers. Polymode means each note you play gets its own LFO cycle. It's great for layered, evolving textures. Monomode uses one shared LFO across all notes, which is ideal for synced modulation like vibrato or tremolo. Key trigger, when enabled, restarts the LFO cycle every time a new key is played. These modes help shape the feel and timing of your modulation. Now, let's route this LFO to control something. From the target menu, I chose Pan. Next, I use the amount slider to set how strong that modulation is. If I want more dynamic control, I use the wire system. You can choose a modulation source from the wire menu, like velocity, modulation wheel, or an envelope. So, in LFO1 menu, I set amount to around 35, and I select Pan as a target. You'll also notice a red arc around the pen, when I press a key, you can see how the pen position changes. So with just a few settings, LFOs in Quick Sampler can bring motion, dynamics, and life to any sound, from subtle shimmers to bold rhythmic effects. Whether you are shaping pitch, filtering, or any other parameter, these tools offer precise and flexible control every time.